Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next new session. So, in this session, we are going to revise the lesson number 4, landforms of Andhra Pradesh from the 6th standard textbook. Okay, so many of you have a confusion of this lesson number 4, that is landforms of Andhra Pradesh. I'll just give you a quick recap of this lesson and we'll go for the explanation of question and answers once again. Okay, so in this lesson, we have discussed about the landforms that we have in our country. Firstly, the landforms that are there, they are mountains or hills. Okay, plains and plateaus. Mountains and hills, plains and plateaus. Mountains are the it is like a conical shape, that means a triangular in shape, but the top of which is not sharp one. Okay, that means the top of the mountain is not sharp one, and that too it is spreaded over the vast area. Whereas the hills are the one which are very much sharp on the top of that and not as big as mountains. Okay, so this is what the difference usually we have. Okay, so one of the landform is mountains or hills, and the next one is the plains. Plains are the areas which are the land which are having plain form, that means flat area surface, which is suitable for growing food crops especially. Okay, now the other one is the plateaus. Plateaus are the areas which are high elevated areas. High elevated means, that means a little bit high areas, that means the water is very much bottom, whereas the land starts very much high. So these lands will have the problem of getting water facilities. So that means the waters, especially the drought conditions, you in these places like the Rayalaseema or Telangana are the places which fall in plateau regions where water is not easily available. Okay, next thing is the access of getting water, that means getting water is not that easy also. That means collecting the water from the rivers is not that easy because the land is very much high from the sea level. So these are the landforms that are there in the country. So when we talk about the landforms in Andhra Pradesh, I can see here, as we know that Andhra Pradesh settled down in the southern part of India. So whereas in the southern part, that means towards the east of the coast, you can see the Andhra Pradesh is situated, where we have the landforms like Deccan plateaus, we have plains, we have plateaus also, as well as we have mountains, we have coastal areas also. So depending on these areas, the cultivation as well as the food crops or the cash crops are grown. Okay, when we talk about the coastal areas, usually people for their daily needs to have their livelihood, they like catch the fish or the seafoods that are available. Okay, they sell them and they have their daily lives. Whereas people who are living near the rivers, that means river like the sacred river, like holy river, like Krishna and Godavari, near these places, as the land is very much fertile, the soil is very much fertile, it is helping the farmers to grow the good amount of crops. Okay, so that is even like two crops, like two set of crops a year, so 6 months for one set of crop, because of the river water, as it is making the land very much fertile. As and the other option is the availability of water is also accessible, that means easily you can get the water. When we talk about the plateau areas like the places of Rayalaseema and Telangana, like just we have discussed, these are the places which are far away from the rivers and it is very difficult for them to grow any kind of food crops. So basically the crops like cash crops are grown. The red lentils or you can say the cotton crops are usually grown in this plateau regions. Okay, so we have discussed about the Podu cultivation. We have discussed about the coastal areas that are there in Telangana and Rayalaseema. Okay, so we'll now discuss about the question and answers that we have in this lesson. We have in this lesson the landforms in Andhra Pradesh. So here comes the first question. What is a landform? What is a landform, children? Just now we have discussed that mountains or hills, plains and plateaus are the landforms that we see. Okay, next, second question, into how many categories landforms are divided? You can write the same answer again, that the landforms are divided into three types, that is mountains or hills, plains and plateaus. But for the first answer, you can write landforms are the physical features that we see on the earth. After writing this statement, you can write the examples for that. Okay, here comes the third question. How is delta formed? How is delta formed means delta areas, that means these are the triangular areas, that means two sides of water, like two sides of water and three parts of land you can see in the delta areas. For example, what happens here is the river, for example, if you see the river Godavari, what happens here is it pushes all the fertile soil towards the banks of the river. That means Oddu, we'll say in Telugu, towards that way it deposits all the good amount of fertile soil. So when it happens, it deposits all the soil, and finally it makes an area that is triangular in shape. So these are three sides of water and one side of land is known as the delta areas. Okay, next question. Why do plain areas have dense settlement? Dense settlement means why most of the population is only found on the fertile areas. The reasons are, first thing, the this cultivation of crops, because as the river water is nearby, cultivating of crops is very much easy. You can grow any kind of food crops. Okay, next thing is, as the roads are even, people for transporting or doing any kind of business is also easy for them. And because of the water, drinking water, availability of drinking water is not salt water like the ocean water, it is sweet water. So most of the people drink people depend on sweet water rather than drinking the salt water. That is the reason why all these places, the areas are dense. That means the population is more seen in the plain areas rather than the plateau areas. Okay, next, compare the various types of soils prevailing in the forms of landforms, prevailing in different landforms. Okay, now plains have the fertile soils. Okay, next we can see the soils like the plateau areas, we'll see red soil, we see black soil in the mountains. Okay, these are different types of soils which gives grow through different kind of crops here. Okay, some crops are suitable for growing food crops like the fertile soil. Black soil is suitable for growing cotton. Okay, next some crops like red lentils, mustards are good, and these coffee seeds are all good in growing in this mountain areas. Okay, so different soils help in growing different food crops or different cash crops depending on the soil it has. Okay, next question. Why did the government declares some mandals as drought area? Drought area means, first thing, drought means is the places where there is less of water or scarcity of water. Less means, scarcity means less. Okay, scarcity means less. Scarcity of water, why it is means, because if there is no proper rainfall, what happens? If there is no rainfall, there is no water there. If there is no water, the land will be dry, and if land is dry, it is difficult for any crop to grow. So that is the reason there are some areas which are announced by the government as drought hit areas, like Telangana and Rayalaseema are the places where the rainfall is very much less. Okay, so the crops will not grown as compared to the plain areas. Okay, next, seventh question. Physical and the climatic features determine the economic activities of a region. Explain. Physical and the climatic features determine the economic activities of a region. Explain. Now, physical features means what? Whatever the landforms are there in particular city. For example, we people living in Andhra Pradesh, okay, we have plains, we have plains and mountains in our city, in our state of Andhra Pradesh. So as the river water is available, so depending on the river water, our cultivation is excellent, the drinking water facility is also excellent. So people who are doing same business relating to the agriculture, they can earn more, isn't it? So what type of climatic condition or what type of landform is nearby, it is helpful for that depends on the life of the people. For example, people who are living in Visakhapatnam, okay, their food type or that means to have their livelihood means nothing but day to day earning, day to day spending their life. How do they spend their life? Is people who are living in the coastal areas like Visakhapatnam, Vijayanagaram, all these places, people have to catch fish or depend on the seafoods, isn't it? Either they sell them or they eat them. So this is how their life depends. But whereas people in the Andhra Pradesh, we depend on the agriculture crops more, isn't it? And depending on the river water for drinking facility. Okay, so depending on the climatic condition as well as the physical landform that we have in our state, the lives of the people changes. Okay, here comes the eighth question. Are all the landforms in your village agriculturally productive? If not, give a reason. So children, this answer you can write in your own words. In your village, the landform, what it is there, is it good for growing any agriculturally, if it is giving any kind of productivity? That means, for example, you are growing rice. Is your soil very much fertile to grow the crops very well? or is it not grow, like if the soil is not that good, it is not helping you to grow. So what it is, from where you are, you can write this answer. Okay, for example, you may be of different village, what kind of soil you have. So is it good for growing any kind of a crop? If it is yes, what kind of a crop you are growing? Entire year you are growing only one set of crop or two sets of crops. Okay, sets means nothing but from January to the next 6 months one set, again from next 6 months another set of crops. That is the thing, it is known as divided into two set of crops. Okay. Ninth question, do you think it is important to preserve the lifestyle of the tribals? Why? Do you think it is important to preserve the lifestyle of the tribals? Why? So firstly, the tribal people are the only people who can look after the forest very well. These are the only people who can responsibly take the proper care of the forest, as we people may not do that also. And next thing is, tribal people are the people who use the traditional methods of using sickle, using of some stone saw or a sickle, axe and all. Usually in those days people use it, and now in the present modern days even these people are also using the modern things like using of iron sickle or iron axe and all. But these people, this community of tribal, they are very much important for agriculture, because especially in the forest areas where the medicinal plants, where different costly all these woods come from. So these people take care of them, and they are the only people who is responsible to look after all these forest areas. So it is important to take care for them also, and the government should also provide lot of facilities for them as well. Okay. Next question, 10th question, why kitchen garden is more important for the tribal people? Kitchen garden is nothing but behind your houses. Usually in the villages, people grow small plants behind their houses, maybe some leafy vegetables, or maybe some tomatoes, or maybe some beans or something. Usually people in the villages grow drumstick and all, isn't it? That is known as kitchen garden. Okay, so tribal people in those days, what they do is, as their houses are mud house, okay, so they used to clear a small area of the land before their house or behind their house. They clear a small area. Their houses are in the forest. Usually these people live in the forest, so they clear a small area of land. Okay, after clearing, they cultivate whatever crop they want. Okay, so after growing all the crops, that means all the food grains whatever they have grown has all ripened, then only they go for the next area. And that too, they do not use the same land again and again, because they feel that once it is used, the land loses its fertility. Once it is used, the land loses its fertility. Okay. 11th question, why agriculture is a profitable trade in plain areas? Why agriculture is a profitable trade in plain areas? Explain. So children, why it is important is, I've given an example before only. Plain are the places where the river water flows. Most of the places plain are the as the land is flat land. Okay, so growing of any or just putting down any sapling is very much easy, as well as plain areas usually have the river water, supply of river water, so that helps in the agriculture. If agriculture is in good condition, it is definitely the doing of agriculture business is also helpful for the people who are living in the plain areas. That is the reason why the population in the plain areas are also more. The transportation is also good in the plain areas only. So this is the only reason about, this is the only advantage as well as the reason why people more are in plain areas. I hope you have all understood this 11 question and answers. Okay, so we'll meet up in the next upcoming class with the next new lesson. For any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately. Thank you children. Bye. Have a nice day.